One person is dead after an overnight shooting downtown. This morning, we'll break down what we know so far.
And much warmer, drastically warmer today. I'm going over your conditions into the week ahead and what you need to know for certain activities today.
Oh, come on.
Conflict at the caucus. We'll break down Republican reactions from last night's GOP nomination in Missouri.
This is Today in St. Louis, focused on you.
Are you up? Are you up? I hope so, because we are getting a live look at downtown St. Louis. This is the Gateway Arch.
Beautiful.
Look at how ambient that is. I just want to make that my desktop screensaver this morning.
It looks like a desktop screensaver.
What a way to bring in Sunday Fun Day.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, good morning. It is Sunday, March 3rd, 2024. I'm Travis Cummings.
And I'm Mercedes McKay. Thanks so much for waking up with us on this Sunday. Tracy Henson is here with us today. And Tracy, you are speaking music to my ears. Warmer temperatures.
Much warmer, drastically warmer really today. We're already off to a warmer start. It was decently comfortable walking out the door for those of us who don't mind a little bit of chill in the air, but it is pretty good this morning. As far as temperatures go, we are waking up right now at about 50 degrees. It feels like 50. Winds are out of the south-southeast at 11 miles per hour. That humidity might look high to you, but that is pretty typical for us at 80%. All right, through the rest of our day today, we are going to make it up into the mid-70s. Yes, the mid-70s. Pretty nice. 74 degrees today. Good mix of sun and clouds out there for the afternoon ahead. It is going to be very windy today, though, so it is definitely not a burn day. It's a day you need to really be mindful of barbecues, cigarettes, things like that, just because fires can quickly start and spread today. 57 degrees with breezy, very breezy conditions overnight with gusts up to 30. Coming up, I'll outline the week ahead and our chance for storms on Monday.
New overnight, one woman is dead after a downtown shooting. It happened around 2:45 this morning at Thomason Street and Garrison Avenue. Police say she was shot multiple times and died at the scene. Officers took one suspect into custody. Right now, our newsroom is working to get more information on this incident. We will bring you updates as we learn more.
All right, let's turn to Decision 2024. This morning, Missouri Republicans have made their choice, nominating former President Donald Trump, who will carry the party banner into the November election.
It was a clean sweep, with Trump claiming all delegates in yesterday's caucuses. This morning, our political editor Mark Maxwell breaks down the reactions from Missouri Republicans.
Nearly 1,000 Republicans packed the Parkway West High School gym to measure their support for either Donald Trump or Nikki Haley. In the end, they delivered Donald Trump a resounding victory. While Nikki Haley's backers were outnumbered, they were also outspoken.
This is not the Republican Party. MAGA is not.
Phil Schrader led a crowded gym of Republicans in singing the national anthem, but he couldn't bring himself to support Donald Trump.
I want to support Nikki Haley to get things back on track. I'll get my Republican Party back.
How do you feel her chances are in a room like this?
Pretty slim to none.
He was right. She lost in a landslide. The woman who nominated Nikki Haley was shouted down in a chorus of boos.
We now have Donald Trump working for Putin.
Oh, come on.
Trump's been married 3 times, cheated on now his wife, and so
At a separate caucus site at the University of Missouri St. Louis, others weren't quite as comfortable making public declarations of political support.
I'd be more comfortable with the secret ballot, but I'm happy to do this as well.
At both locations, Trump supporters brushed off concerns about his brash style or legal baggage.
I want somebody that's going to be authoritative. I want somebody that's going to push back.
These caucus sites are teeming with energized voters looking to connect with candidates.
My name's Will Scharf. I'm a candidate for Missouri Attorney General. I'm also a member of President Trump's legal team.
An aide to former Governor Eric Greitens is now defending Trump from federal felony charges of conspiracy to defraud the U.S. and conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding on January 6th.
We think our arguments for presidential immunity are very, very strong, and clearly the Supreme Court thinks that they're at least worthy of very serious consideration.
Whether or not Trump goes on trial, Missouri Republicans hope to see him have one last day in the court of public opinion. Reporting in St. Louis, Mark Maxwell, 5 on your side.
And Mark will have even more coverage and analysis on Missouri's GOP caucus tonight on The Record right after Sports Plus. You can also catch it streaming on ksdk.com, YouTube, and our streaming app 5+.
Well, this morning, a man faces charges in connection to a shooting last week in the Grove. According to court documents, a group of people were walking to their car along Swan Avenue early Sunday morning. The suspect, Andre Wilson, then began shooting from a parked car behind him. There's his mug there. One man was hospitalized with serious injuries, and Wilson is charged with assault and armed criminal action.
And right now, we're learning more about a deadly crash we first reported yesterday morning. You may remember it happened around 3:30 Saturday morning on I-70 near West Florissant Avenue. Police say one driver tried to change lanes and struck the rear of a semi-truck. The car overturned, killing one passenger. The driver and another passenger are currently in the hospital with minor injuries. Well, here's a look at some of the top stories we'll be following this week. Metrolink is making some changes tomorrow that could affect your commute Monday morning. 2 westbound Blue Line platforms are reopening at U-City, Big Bend, and Skinker. Now, they've been closed for more than a year and a half because of flooding damage. Across the river, Metro will begin a maintenance project at the Park Ride lot and the Swansea Transit Center. Among other improvements, crews will be resurfacing the whole entire lot. They expect it to be closed for several months.
And another big one on Tuesday, opening arguments will begin in the trial of Daniel Riley. He's the driver accused of causing the crash that cost Janae Edmondson both of her legs last year. The story received national attention and spurred a litany of new traffic legislation in downtown St. Louis. Right now, court officials are on the 3rd day of jury selection. And later this week, on Thursday, officials with Missouri's Department of Natural Resources will meet to address drought conditions across the state. Missouri has been under a continuous drought alert for the past 8 months. At the meeting, which will take place at the state capitol in Jefferson City, officials will coordinate a state and federal response to the dry conditions. And coming up, going for gold with grammar. All the G's there. Meet the 2-time champ in SLU's annual spelling bee.
Plus, rock and roll and renovations. The iconic singer-songwriter helping fix up a North County shopping center.
I'm currently fine-tuning that forecast for Monday. We're talking about the possibility for severe storms. I'll tell you why I think it's less likely.